What was the first game you ever bought with your own money? Like, your real, first-owned, hard-earned money when you were a kid? I was probably 15 and riding the full change between the 5th and the 6th generation of consoles. Namely, from that magic box that was the N64 to that Pandora's box that the PlayStation 2 turned out to be. So there I was, with my new-gen console promising me wonders I couldn't fathom. And there I was hunting for my first game to try on it. I could finally step into the store and look at the hallway with the PS2 games with full investment. Not just curiosity or the hope that someday I could get them. I could actually look to buy and put my hands into that new world. But while everyone was losing their minds around GTA 3, and rightfully so, I for some reason decided to go on a different path. I chose a game that never quite made it to the mass audience, and it definitely wasn't remembered as a killer app for that generation. But I'd heard about it in the gaming press, and I was already hooked. Fascinated. A murder mystery narrative-driven title with time-traveling mechanics, where the story starts with your death. That game was Shadow of Memories. What would you do if you were murdered, but given 30 minutes to stop it? Most time travel stories focus on saving the world or stopping a global apocalypse. But Shadow of Memories focuses on something far more terrifying. Saving yourself from a mundane, inevitable death. This isn't about the fate of the universe. It's about a man named Eike Kusch who just wanted a cup of coffee. It is perhaps the most human portrayal of temporal paradoxes ever made. The story doesn't start with a quest. It starts with an ending. Eike steps out into the air of Lebensbaum, only to be unceremoniously stabbed. Everything goes black. But instead of the afterlife, Eike wakes up in a surreal, dark void, a limbo that feels ripped straight out of a German expressionist painting. Waiting for him is the Homunculus. He's a pale, ethereal, and deeply unsettling being who speaks with a detached curiosity about mortality. This is your classic Faustian setup. Much like Mephistopheles offering a deal to Dr. Faust, the Homunculus offers Eike a second chance. He hands you the Digipad, a device that can rip through the fabric of time. The catch? There isn't an obvious one, at least not yet. You have no idea why he's helping you. Is it kindness, boredom, or is he just fattening you up for a more elaborate tragedy? This uncertainty hangs over the game like a shroud. You take the device because the alternative is permanent non-existence, but every time you press a button on that digipad, you can't help but feel you're playing right into his hands. Once you're back in the land of the living, the game truly begins. Shadow of Memories isn't about high-speed chases. It's a high-stakes adventure puzzler. The UI features a persistent clock. You aren't just exploring, you are racing toward the exact second of your previous death. To survive, you navigate the town across 4 distinct eras. It's a constant, cerebral back and forth between when and where. If you're being cornered in an alleyway in the present, you don't fight back. You jump back 100 years and convince a landlord to change the architecture of the square. When you return to the present, the alleyway has changed, providing an escape route that didn't exist 5 minutes ago. You are essentially gaslighting history to ensure your own survival. This is where the game's heavier motifs, the inevitability of fate and the weight of history, really start to crush the player. Every jump you make has a ripple effect. You realize that by fixing your own life, you might be ruining someone else's. To prevent your murder, you might stop a family's legacy from ever starting. The sense of responsibility becomes overwhelming. You aren't just a survivor, you're a temporal wrecking ball. Despite your power, the game humbles you. You stop the man with the knife, only for the universe to try and kill you with a falling flower pot 10 minutes later. It poses a haunting question. Is death a specific event we can dodge, or is it a debt the universe eventually insists on collecting? Looking back, Shadow of Memories meant more to me than just a successful first purchase. It wasn't just my first step into the uncharted territory of the PlayStation 2, a time when games were constantly experimenting with mechanics we'd never seen before. It was something deeper. In all these years, I still carry the stories of those characters with me. I remember how their lives were so delicately intertwined, and the weight of the realization that I, as a player, had an actual influence on them. It left a mark on me. A reminder that the choices we make don't just affect ourselves, they ripple outward, touching the lives of others in ways we might never see. In the end, even if you never see those people again, even if they exist in a century you've already left behind, you're left with a quiet, lingering hope. A hope that because of your presence, because of that one small choice you made, they might just have a good life. And maybe, in a way, that's the only victory over time that actually matters. Thanks for walking through time with me today. If you've ever had a game change the way you look at your own choices, I'd love to hear about it in the comments.